another vlog. I thought I'd bring you along for a little weekend vlog. We have been in the middle of spring cleaning pretty much all week, but it is at the part where the house is trashed. It's so messy. So we have a lot of decluttering and cleaning to do. I have like bags of op shop donations in my car that I really need to drop off. It's currently Saturday. I can't remember if I already mentioned that, but this morning I was supposed to go to yoga and I did cancel that. I did get hit with the cancellation fee, so I'm not off to a good start, but that's okay. I have a couple of fun things on though. So today I'm off to a fundraiser quiz night event at the tennis club that I go to, so that's this evening. So at least I have something to look forward to, so I need to push through. I think to motivate me and get me through, I'll probably keep listening to Taylor Swift's new album. I listened to about half of it yesterday and I love it, and a double feature album, so lucky. I do also need to start my book club book, which is The House of Earth and Blood, the first Crescent City book, and she's chunky. Like, I'm a bit nervous. I think this is quite high fantasy as well, whereas the fantasy I generally read are like more like Agatha, Powerless, Fourth Wing, quite low stakes fantasy. So I did get this on Audible so I can start listening to it as well to help me get through it. So we'll probably listen to some of that as well. But let's actually get into the vlog. I'll show you what I'm dealing with and get cleaning. Also, yes, I did get a new bookshelf. It's stunning, but I will show you that later on when I've actually cleaned a bit. It can be my little treat later on to show you it. I am going to start here. I know it's so bad, but hear me out. So I used to have the cube here, if you can remember. I'll try to put an overlay of some footage so you can see. And then I got this beautiful bookshelf, which don't look too closely at because we'll go through it later. So a lot of this is what was in the cube. Obviously, I need to put that back on the bookshelf, but I need to find spots for this or throw it out. So that's what I'm gonna deal with, because the rule is that I can buy a second bookshelf once I've cleaned it. So that is my motivation. So let's start here. I still have so much cleaning to do, but I just had a little quick break. So I've cleaned like the dining table, then we took so many bags of clothes donations and movie donations to the op shop, and my partner also had like an old computer hard drive, so we dropped that off to Officeworks as well. And then I just had a little rest, and I finally finished Abby Jimenez, Part of Your World. This is my first Amy Jimenez book I've ever read, and I loved it. The very, very, very brief synopsis is it's an adult romance story. There's a slight age gap. The woman is older than the man, but it's like 37 and 28. They come from very different worlds. So one lives in a small town, doesn't have a lot of money, and then one is a doctor. So quite privileged, but has a very, very high pressure from her family. Had a abusive ex as well. So it's a really powerful story. I love a good romance book that has like emotion and depth to it, and this book really did, because it does have a lot of world building in there as well. It talks about her ex relationship, it talks about the male main character's struggles. You get a little insight into some of the other characters in the town who struggle with depression, which I think I get to follow in the second book, which is yours truly. I'm so excited to read the next book because I loved her writing. It was so easy to binge, but I really felt for it as well. I loved both the characters. They were flawed, but they also could acknowledge their flaws, so I loved that too. And the male main character was obsessed with the female main character, which I love. So that was beautiful. But I need to stop chatting. The camera is flashing at me, so I'm going to charge up my camera and clean a bit more, and then I'll check back in with you a bit later on. Checking back in just quickly. It is quite a lot later now. It's now 6:30 p.m. We have done so much cleaning. The place looks so much better. I've also been able to listen to the whole of part 1 of Crescent City, so I'm really liking it. I am now up to page... what am I up to? Page 93, so we're making a good dent in it. I do recommend listening to it on audiobook if you're going to give it a go, but so far I'm loving it. I've packed everything and I'm off to a quiz now at my local tennis clubs. So I'll film what I can for you on my phone, but that's a little check-in, so let's go celebrate now. Happy Sunday! The quiz last night was so much fun. Donna Kebab hosted it. I did drink a little too much, so today's been very chilled so far. We met with the people that are going to house sit for us whilst we're in Europe in May, so that's the main thing we did. And then my partner and I just watched Hangover 3. We've been watching like the Hangover movies. I think my preference goes Hangover 1, Hangover 3, Hangover 2, but that was a little bit of fun to watch. We were going to go to Zendaya's new movie Challenger, but I think we'll go later on in the week. I thought though that I would sit down, keep it with the chill Sunday vibes, and go through a little haul of books that I have accumulated over the last couple of weeks. So let's go through them. I have 2 fantasies, 1 YA mystery, and 2 romances. So the first one I picked up is Mile High. So I don't know what this series is called, but it is a romance series. I haven't heard amazing things about it. I believe that people prefer book 2. I actually don't know how many books are in this series, but essentially you're following a hockey player and an air hostess and a romance thing. I do think that it's a bit steamy, but I haven't started it yet. It's quite a long book, 570 pages, but I'm excited to start a new romance series. I always love a good romance book in between fantasy reads. And then the next romance book I got, I'm so excited about. This is a new release. So this is Abby Jimenez Just for Summer. And this is the 3rd book in the series. I was only saying yesterday how I finished my first Abby Jimenez book. So I finished part of Your World, and I think I'm going to give it 4.5 stars. I really loved it. I think I already mentioned that it was like an adult romance story and there was depth in it as well. So I imagine the rest of the series is going to have that as well. So I'm very excited to read this. I need to read Yours Truly next, and then I can go on to this. These are really good to break up, especially because I did also buy the whole Throne of Glass series. I don't have it down here because it's the whole 8-book one. So these kind of books will be good to read in between there. So I'm so excited. If you haven't read Abby Jimenez, I really recommend it because I love it. And then the 2 fantasy books I got, the first one is Emily Wild's Encyclopedia of Fairies. I've seen so many people raving about this. What I know about it is it's cozy fantasy. You follow a female main character who goes and does field to learn more about the Fae Society. I think that she's a little bit socially awkward as well, so there's a couple of like funny moments in here. I do believe that there is a love interest introduced as well. But yeah, cozy fantasy. I think this would be my first cozy fantasy, so I'm excited. And look at that cover. I need to wait till the 2nd book is out in the short version, but so beautiful. I saw Rachel Catherine read this and rave about it so much, and I love watching her videos. So I'm so excited to add this to the collection too. And then I have Powerful. So this is the little novella that follows Adina's point of view, part of the Powerless series by Lauren Roberts. The funny thing is I saw, again, Rachel Catherine was at QED and I saw this cover, and I actually didn't know that they were releasing a novella from Adina's point of view. I thought it was just a new cover for Powerless. So I'm so happy that I realized that I was incorrect. It's nice and short as well. It is like just over 240 pages, so that's going to be a nice short little read as well. I'm so excited to get back into Lauren Roberts' writing and the Powerful set, so very, very happy for that, and that cover's stunning. And then the last book that I've recently got is Killer Instinct. So this is the second book in the Natural series. It is a YA mystery thriller kind of book. It was the first thriller book I've read, and it is really a YA. So if you've read quite a lot of thrillers, just know that it is very young adult. But as someone who is new to the genre and I get scared very easy, this series is everything. It's very fast paced, it's easy to follow, you get the character dynamics are great, the cases that they're following are good as well. So I'm excited to read the second book as well. So those are the books that I've recently got. I am probably going to chill on the couch for a little while and read some of Crescent City. I am up to chapter 7. So I'm excited to read this. I just listened to an audiobook yesterday, so I'm actually going to read from the physical copy maybe for the next hour or so, and then we will check back in and I might show you my bookcase finally. Back. I ended up going to the gym just to do a really quick workout. Just did the Stairmaster today for 20 minutes, but better than nothing. I think I've read a couple more chapters of my book. I listened to one at the gym, which was good, so I think I'm up to maybe chapter 11 now. I am quite enjoying it, actually. There's definitely a lot of the book that I just don't understand, but the general gist and the general storyline is I'm finding easy enough to follow along, so that's good. We are heading to a games night soon, so that's why I've changed again. But I thought before I head off to the games night, I should actually show you my bookshelf. So let's do the bookshelf tour because I'm so excited. Sorry about the dishwasher that you can hear, but let's go through shelf by shelf. So obviously, as you can tell, this first shelf is got my Iron Flame and my Fourth Wing, my special editions of that. This is all like fantasy. So we have books like The Serpent of the Wind and Night, Divine Rivals, one of Brandon Sanderson's book, Fair Lady Fortune series, Powerless, Powerful, Emily Wild, Belladonna, that kind of stuff. And then here is going to be my Sarah J. Maas shelf. So we have the Throne of Glass series. This gap between Once Upon a Broken Heart and Throne of Glass is where my first Crescent City goes. And then I will eventually move this and then put that up there because I also do own Akata. It's just currently out for loan to a colleague. And yes, that's a picture of me as a child. Then we have more like your thrillers types of books. So we have The Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the Natural series, and then a couple of like general fiction books. So Lessons in Chemistry, Tomorrow and Tomorrow. A couple more fantasy books like The Cirque and Song of Achilles. And then these are some of the bigger books that I just needed to lie down. The Lady of Tan is the book that I read in my 2J blog and I really loved it. That is like a historical fiction. Then we start to get into romance. So this shelf has Red, White and Royal Blue, Lynn Painter, and then The Summer I Turned Pretty, which who knows if I'll actually read. Then we have my Magnolia Park series, beautiful. I have this little souvenir on top of it of like a little girl and a guy kissing. And then this shelf here is more romance, but it's series. So we have the Knockout series, Twisted Love, the Chestnut Springs series, Elsie Silver's new book, Wild Love, which I actually think I forgot to show in my haul, but that's new as well. We have The Boys of Tommen, Icebreaker, Wildflower, and then Abby Jimenez. So I've read Part of Your World this week, and then I need to read Yours Truly, and then the new one just for summer. Very excited about that. Next shelf is romance again. As you can tell, I do love a good romance book. So over here we have my Emily Henry books. I have ordered the new book as well, which will be coming in a couple of days. So that'll join here. 7 Year Split. This is Love Light Farms. I might read the next one. I haven't decided. And then these two are the start of new series, but I haven't read them just yet. So I only have the first book. And then here's like my little Ellie Hazelwood shrine. So that's what that is. And then the last two shelves kind of get a bit more random. So it's a couple more romance books. This is the only book I've DNF'd, and it's Wreck the Halls by Tessa Bailey. But I don't know, I still have it. Then I've got Bridgerton, Archer's Choice. Technically this is actually a thriller, so I should probably move it. But we got a couple more books here, a couple of Japanese ones. So I've got a couple of little Japanese knickknacks back here. I believe this is like general fiction style. And then the bottom is my non-fiction. So I've got some like non-fiction self-development books, and then I also have a couple of bibliographies. And then over in that little side there where the David Lynch book is my partner's books. So this is what she looks like. It's beautiful. As you can tell, I already need another one though, so I have to clear out the few things that I have there and find a new home, so then I can put the next one here. Monday. I ended up not filming very much of my friend's games night last night. We didn't end up playing games, but it was so much fun catching up with them all. Since I didn't film very much, I thought I'd bring you along on my walk today at lunchtime. I have just finished working from home for the day, and I am about to head out to a reformer class trial, so I'm so excited. There is this place in South Perth that is opening, so I think they have an open day today. So I'm heading along with my mum. I believe it's one of the reformer Pilates that have the TV that you follow along. So I'm excited for that. I don't know if I'll be able to film, but if I can, I'll film. And then I will give you a final update of how I'm going with the book, because I've been listening to Crescent City today because I had a task to do for work that just required not much brain power. So it was a good thing to listen to in the background, and I'm quite enjoying it. I know that it's quite heavy and epic fantasy, but I'm quite enjoying it. So I'll update you on that later. And I also started the Mind F series, which is actually really good. I get it now. But for now, I'm gonna head out to Pilates. Back home. So the Pilates was not actually a trial class, it was just the open day of the clinic, but that was still really awesome to look at. They also had like a free glass of champagne and a cookie, so I enjoyed that. I've signed up with my mum for 5 classes that I can use whenever for $27, so I'm excited to give the reformer Pilates a try. It did mean that I could go to my tennis lessons, so I just got back from tennis, which was really fun. I have, I think, another 3 lessons before I go off to Europe, but enough about that. I thought we could give the final book updates of how I'm going with my reading this week. So I'm up to chapter 24 of House of Earth and Blood. This is page 250, and I am really enjoying it. I don't even know how to explain this book too much without spoiling too much, but you are following a female main character. She uncovers a murder quite early on into the plot, and then fast forwards to a couple of years later and there's a similar murder going around. So she is contracted by the governor to help try to solve this murder. That's essentially what I'm up to. Obviously there's a lot of like politics that go into this as well, but I'm really enjoying it. So that is what I'm reading on that. And then I'm also reading on the Kindle the Mind F series. So I'm reading book 1, and I think I am up to chapter 8, so not too far in. I'm up to page 51. So this series, you are following an FBI agent who falls in love with this woman. At the same time, he is looking into this serial killer case, and it turns out that the woman is the serial killer, the one that he's dating. Obviously, I assume he doesn't find out right until the end of the series. So the Mind F series is 5 little books. First book is only 132 pages, and then there's 4 others after this. There's a lot more to the story than that. Like, you do actually like the female main character. That's all I'm gonna say. I recommend it. It's like my first like dark romance story, but I think that you will really enjoy this because I'm not really a dark romance reader. I'm not really a thriller reader either, but I am really enjoying this, and it's not too scary, which I like. But yes, that is the little update. I will film a TBR prompt chooses my reads, and I'll do a March and April wrap-up vlog because I did miss March. But that is enough for now. I hope you enjoyed the little weekend plus Monday vlog. I think that my cat is starting to beg for some attention, so I need to go and entertain her for a little bit. But as always, please don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Do follow me over on my Instagram. It's just @BrookeMcQuaid, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!